Well, hello there. How are you? Um, Give me 1 second. I'm a bit of a fuddy-duddy this way, but I tracked in a bunch of mud and dirt when I came in. So I'm just going to sweep it up really fast. It's just a thing of mine. There's just not a lot of floor space in these things, and I just can't stand dirty floors. So that's just something that I do. Hello. Dark outside. It's not because it's early morning. It's because the sun has just set. It's the evening. So it's an unusual time for me usually to be coming into the RV. I usually come in the morning and then we spend the day together. But today, I've been dithering back and forth trying to decide if I'm going to leave tonight or tomorrow for a little trip. I'm just going to go visit some family. I've got to deliver some mail to them. And as a part of that, I wanted to take the RV, because anytime I can take the RV and do a little camping, then that's what I do. So anyway, I have been dithering today, trying to decide if I should leave tonight or tomorrow. It's been a beautiful day today. Our first beautiful day in weeks. It was warm and we actually had blue skies. But another storm's coming in. In fact, it's on its way. It might even arrive while we're in here. It's coming. Another atmospheric river is arriving in the station shortly. So I need to make a decision if I'm going to stay or leave. Let me get this stuff in the refrigerator, and then we'll talk. I think I probably have my answer as to whether or not we're coming or going today. The fact that I'm loading up the refrigerator probably tells me everything. How are our flowers doing? Oh, they've been in the refrigerator, which has not been on, but they've soaked up all their water. I finally got some new flowers. Those other ones lasted forever, and I think these are going to last forever too. I think because it's so cold in the van, it's like a little refrigerator. But aren't these beautiful? I think they're just wild and just beautiful. We're going to set them over here on the table. I brought kind of my Korean breakfast that I'm going to do tomorrow morning. There's a little in my home chef meal. I've already eaten tonight, so we're not doing that, but sometime on the trip I'm probably going to eat that. That looks good. I'm going to just turn our refrigerator on. Here we go. Okay. The fact that I'm taking the platter out of the microwave probably also tells me everything I need to know. It tells me that I'm getting ready to travel. So, hold on, let's sit over here for a second. Okay. Well, what's on the agenda? Well, if it turns out that we are going to leave tonight, and it certainly seems like we are, then we're just going to drive to this little, I use an app called iOverlander, and it's great because fellow boondockers can, put in little GPS locations of various places on a map, and so you can kind of look at your route and where you're going, and you can find one of those places and bring it up, and sometimes there'll be pictures that they took. And then if other people have stayed there, they do a little write-up and stuff, so you can kind of find out what it's like. Is it safe? Is it noisy? What amenities might be around and stuff like that. And so I used iOverlander and found a little spot on my way there. It's a vista point off the highway. It overlooks the old Navy graveyard for all their ships from World War II. It used to be filled with World War II ships that were just kind of rusting and getting ready for the scrap heap. But in any case, I think that's where we're going to stay overnight. It's free. I heard it's quiet. It's safe. It's on our way there, and we'll get there. We'll get in fairly early and be able to kind of set up and maybe have a cup of tea and just kind of wind the evening down leisurely without rushing, and then hit the sack, and then be able to get up early in the morning and just hop right on the freeway and then continue our journey. But for now, we're pretty much buttoned up and ready to go. So I think, because it's getting dark, the sun has already set, I think it's time to hit the road and get to our destination. It's not too far away, but it would be good to get to that destination sooner rather than later. So I'll do that, and then I'll check in with you when we get there. Just took the flowers out, but now I got to put them back. That's okay. They looked nice while I was talking to you, right? And that's why they're there. So it's going to go back in the fridge, and then we're going to hit the road. Okay, I have done a check. I did a walkthrough of the van and made sure everything was battened down, which I like to do. I used to not do that, and then it only takes a few times where a cabinet or a drawer opens and everything flies out, that or a TV flings out, that you learn that, you know, maybe a walk around is a good use of time. All right, let's put our destination in. You know, Giglio's not with us again, unfortunately. It's the middle of the work week for him, and it's hard for him to get out and travel with us. Not that he doesn't want to, but he works remotely, and he does a lot of Zoom calls. And so if he doesn't have a really high-speed connection, he's not able to get his job done. So we're still trying to figure that out and how that might work so that we can travel while he's during the middle of the week. We're working on it. One thought that we had was that during the work hours, if we're on the road, that we would go to Starbucks or someplace like that where we know that we can get, you know, a stable internet connection. So maybe that's something we'll try. But in any case, unfortunately, he's not here with us today, but he says hello to everyone, and he wishes that we have a good time. So, all right, I will check in with you. I got to pay attention because I'm on these curvy mountain roads. I will check in with you, and it's starting to rain, as you can see, when we get to our overnight spot that we're going to be at. All right? Okay, bye. I'm so happy. There was the sliding door was really squeaking. It seemed to be getting worse and worse. Like, it started off a little bit, and then it got to the point where I would have to pull over to try to figure out what was causing it to squeak. And it was really disturbing the otherwise normal, peaceful quiet inside the Panoramic when you're driving it. And so I wrote to Phil at Panoramic, and he got back to me and said, you know what, we had one problem with this back in 2019 with another customer, and it turned out that the rubber seal on the door was squeaking. So he recommended that I go out and get some silicone lubricant and just kind of spray it on that rubber seal and see if it helped. And so I did that, and sure enough, the squeaking is gone. It's just so lovely to have the quiet back again. Now, once we get to our overnight spot, it's fine with me if it starts pouring down rain. And apparently it's going to be really gusty winds, and I'm okay with that too. You know me, I actually love being in the RV when it's storming outside. There's something very cozy about just curling up in here and where it's warm and you're dry and the rain's pattering, and sometimes more than just pattering on the roof. I love that feeling. So I don't like driving in it so much, but once we're parked and we're ready to overnight, it's fine. So we'll see if we can time it. I can look behind us right now in my side mirrors, and it's really dark behind me. So those are the storm clouds moving in. We're trying to stay ahead of them here, but we're only about 20 minutes away from our overnight spot, so I think we have a pretty good chance. Yeah, so I was talking to you about the squeaky door. There were a couple other things that were causing some noise and rattling and stuff inside the van as we went down the road, and I fixed them all, and so it's really quiet back in the coach now. So one was, just some tips here for you. One was that microwave platter, that glass platter inside the microwave. So the microwave's like the big metal echo chamber. So when that glass platter, every time you went over a bump in the road, it went up and came back down, it was quite loud. And so simply just taking that out of the microwave while you're traveling, just store it in a drawer or something, will eliminate that. And then I had quite a bit of clanking and clinking from my silverware. And so I bought these little Velcro ties. They're pretty cool. They're really thin. You just put them around, and they're kind of like a belt, and they have a little hole in them, and you can cinch them tight and then just wrap them around. So I bought those and put those all over for the knives and forks and spoons and all that. And all of that little clatter has been, eliminated. And so now, I hardly hear anything. I might hear the pots and the pans down there a little bit, but I think I can silence those with just putting some dishcloths or something in there. I'm always for like really simple solutions. And so, but I'm really happy, like right now, it's, there's just like no squeaks, no rattles, nothing coming from the back of the van. It's really nice. So anyways, just some tips I'm sharing with you. Okay. Back to driving. So that's where we're going over there. All that area over there on the water used to be the ship graveyard. But as you can see, there's hardly any ships over there now. But that's where we're headed. Okie dokie, we are getting off of the exit. This doesn't look right, but we'll see. This is part of adventuring and part of boondocking is you just have to be open to, making mistakes or whatever. So this is not what I thought, but let's just see. We'll see if it's actually going to take us to where we need to be. It says it's right up here after we get off the freeway here. And it's on the right. Well, there's a parking lot, and there's a truck I see up there, and a car, and it looks like some converted airport rental car transportation van, which has been converted into something. So that's interesting. 8 hour. Oh, this is it. All right. So we did make it. Okay. This is it. Tell you what, I'm going to park right here. Backing in, folks. Okay. We are here. I'll show you around in just a second. But yeah, it looks like we're here. There's a few other cars parked here. There's an 8 hour limit here. And so, I don't think someone's got a clock or a stopwatch or whatever, and they're going to come and actually tell us to leave. You've been here for 8 hours. So, but I might leave early enough in the morning. What time is it right now? It's 7:30. So 8 would be 3 in the morning, 3:30, 4 in the morning. But I might actually leave by 5 in the morning. So we'll see. Anyway, let me get here and then let me show you kind of where we're at. Okay. Okay, so here's where we're parked for the evening. It's just a little vista area. There's no one on this side of me, and no one on the other. We just crossed over the bridge, and so this is just a little vista area. And as you can see, there's another kind of converted airport like transporter van there, and some other cars and things here. But it kind of looks nice. It's a nice mint tea tonight. It's a nice way to wind down the evening. So far, so good. We've had a few cars pulling in and out, but it's not too bad. It's nice that it's far enough off the freeway that we don't get a lot of freeway noise, so I think it's going to be quiet. I'm going to put the front drapes up, I think, just for a little more privacy. Let me do that. Okay. I really like just being in the van. There's something so relaxing and freeing about it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to finish my tea, answer a few more user comments, and then I'm going to wrap it up and head to bed a little early, and then probably get up early too, so we can hit the road. I'm trying something new that a viewer recommended, which is to just spit into a cup. So we'll see if that is a little better for me. It's easier to put it down the drain. Yeah, okay. Thank you, viewer, for that excellent recommendation. I don't like compromising in an RV, but in this case, I suppose it's a matter of either compromising or stop complaining about not having a sink in the bathroom. Okay. Good night. See you tomorrow morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Oh, it's a little bit early. It's around 5:30. It was a pretty good night's sleep here. I peeked out the window and there's definitely a lot more cars, an RV, older one parked in front of us, but people just spending the night here, this little vista point. It's not a rest area because there's no facilities at all. It's literally just a parking lot. It's a little vista. But it was nice. It did quiet down as the evening went on. It was a little bit noisy up until I'd say midnight, just road noise outside. But it did quiet down, and then I got some good rest. So I'm going to make a pot of tea this morning. It's way too early to break fast. I was hoping to break fast with you all, but even though I stopped eating yesterday at 5, I need to go another, I'd prefer to go another 6 hours. Yeah, to get an 18-hour fast in if possible. So I think I'm just going to make a nice cup of tea and nothing in it. Just a nice warm cup of tea. And wait for the sun to rise a little bit because it is raining. I don't know if you can hear it. Raining. And then we'll hit the road. I'm going to just do a nice leisurely drive there. I'm not in a rush. And then I'll probably break fast there. I'm also going to change because these are my sleeping clothes. I've decided that I just need to have basically pajamas that I wear when I'm in bed. That way it keeps everything clean in there. I don't take the day's dirt and germs and stuff like that into the bed. All right. Let me get that cup of tea going. Having a spot of green tea this morning. Oh. Well, let me just get caught up on the news here. Oh my gosh, sunrise is not until 7:21 this morning. That's an hour and a half away. well, we're going to take off before the sun rises then, which is fun. I do like driving at night. Yeah, it'll be fine. So keep in mind today, so I'm going to show up at my destination at my family's house, and then I'll probably be staying in the van. So I'll check in with you, and then we'll head back, and on the way back then I'm going to pull over somewhere along this really pretty route that I know and show that to you. Okay, it's time to depart, so let's get everything in the van ready for departure. I need to put the flowers away and secure that. I need to take, obviously, the blinds, open up all the blinds so I can see out the side windows for safety, make sure everything's latched down, all the drawers, TV secure, everything like that, and we'll be ready for departure. I'm gonna change my clothes real fast, get out of my pajamas. And no, I'm not gonna do it in front of you. We need some burlesque music. Time to put these in the hamper. Oh, I'll wash them later. You know, I've been thinking about, Julio doesn't think it's a useful idea, but I have been thinking about getting a little collapsible washing machine, clothes washer for the van, just so you can wash smaller things, not big things like sheets and stuff like that, but, you know, socks and t-shirts and stuff like that. But he's right, until I actually really need it, which I don't right now, then I probably don't need to get it. See, I leave that, it's still hot enough, and I leave it open to let the steam out, and it dries it out completely. I'm wondering if I should move that. I moved all of the hanging jackets and stuff out of here, and so now I have all this space in here. If I got a washer, it was going to go in here. But I think maybe for now I'll just move this in here. Now it's like a little, let me show you. It's like a little barista station down there. I've got I've got my coffee maker and my tea kettle all down here. Yeah, so I just store my jackets up above the cab now, because I mean, you know, those are just real easy jackets, and they're more convenient, frankly, for me over here, because I can just go up there and grab a jacket and then head out, and there's really nothing ever stored up there, and so that makes a little more sense for me. And I don't have hanging, you know, clothes that need to go into the wardrobe, so yeah, that I think works out pretty well down there. Okay, let's I'm gonna brush my teeth and stuff, and then we'll hit the road. I think we're gonna have just enough water. We're at 15%. So at the rate I've been using it, mind you, some of you may say, well, that's not a lot of water, but it was a few episodes back that I filled it up. Yeah, that was the episode where I washed it and the mud flap came off. So that was a while ago. And yeah, so we've been kind of sipping the water. So 15% will take us a long way. That's not normal, by the way. Don't expect that if you get a van that you're going to use, you know, fill up the tank once and use it for weeks. That's not normal. Julio, this is for you. Julio called me out a few videos back because I was brushing my teeth and then I used the cloth that I wiped down the counter area with to wipe my face down. So he is right, I shouldn't do that. So this will be for wiping down the counter. This is for wiping off my face. How's that? I think that makes a lot more sense. I watch other channels where people are so adamantly against having a sink in the bathroom, and it's hard for me to wrap my head around that, but that's a lesson for me. There's all different types of people's wants and desires and opinions that differ from mine, and let it be. It's fine. Woo, that water's cold. I didn't turn on the water heater. There was no reason to, so it's not too bad, but it's definitely waking me up. Just going to use a little towel drying rack in here and pull it down from the ceiling, and while we're driving, dry these towels off. All right. Clean my glasses, and let's batten down the hatches and button everything up, and get ready to hit the road. I like having minimal stuff in the RV, but just enough, like having this to wash my glasses. It's fun for me, and my sister's the same way, I think, which unlike her channel, Theory is Simple, like it's fun for me to pack the RV in a way, she's better at it, but to pack the RV in a way where I just have the essentials that I need and nothing more. That's for me, the definition of minimalism. And then, like, you know, the way I can come just on this trip, you saw what I brought. I just kind of came in, I brought my iPad, a little bit of food, and that's it. Everything else I need, clothing wise and everything, all that stuff's just kind of here, but it's not a lot because you see my cabinets there. They're not really that filled up. Okay, let's start. Let's get this thing buttoned up. I have already opened the windows in the bedroom area, latched down. Those are all good. So what's good here? Oh, I'm going to, is there anything that needs to go in the pantry? We're going to be on some curvy mountain roads, so I'm going to lock the secondary lock on the pantry. There we go. I think we're good. I'm just going to put this on the sink. Even though it's wet, it's okay. It's good. This is locked. I can take that off of nighttime mode. Okay, we're all good here. I can leave the iPad, usually I just shut it and it's got enough grip that I can actually leave it right here and it doesn't go anywhere. So that's good. Let's put our flowers away. Just put them in the refrigerator right behind you. Let us turn around this chair. As you guys all know, you can start the van, but you cannot put it into drive or reverse or move it without the seats being completely forward. All right, let's go ahead and turn the driver's seat around too, since we're doing that. Oh, another thing to remember, I don't know if you guys, can you guys see this here? This is the lock button for the doors. Always remember, I always lock the van when we go to bed at night. But if you get up in the middle of the night or in the morning, always remember to hit that to unlock the doors, because if you don't, you're going to set off the alarm and wake everyone up in the neighborhood. And you're going to be panicked like I've been, trying to figure out how to shut it off. It's as simple as just hitting the button, but I've oftentimes, I'm groggy, and then I try to look for the keys, and the keys don't really shut it off. So this is what I like about this this blind system. Now they make one that has a more insulation in it, and if I lived in a different climate, I would definitely consider that, like a colder climate, but I don't. So this is just really easy. It's got little magnets that help you attach it and fold it up, and then attach it obviously to the side doors when you're putting it up. But see, it just folds, very lightweight, very easy. And we just stick that up there. Okay. Okay. I think we're ready. Everything looks good. Locked, locked, locked. Okay, let's hit the road. Well, hello there. It hasn't been that long for you, but it's been a little bit for me driving. When we left, it was dark and raining, and now, of course, the sun's risen, and it's still raining. We are close to our destination. Driving here through the Sierra foothills. I don't expect to see any snow. It's really not cold enough. 45 out, but you can see along the passenger side there's a lot of water runoff, so this road has been known to flood, so I just got to take it easy. Yeah, you can see the water some places here. It's right up to the edge of the road, so I'm taking a little bit of a back way in. The other, whoa, oh my goodness gracious, oh goodness. I hope they're okay. Wow. It looked like, I looked in the window, it looked like there was no one in there, so man, that's nice. That's why you don't travel fast along this road. Anyway, I took this road versus the other way I normally go, and the other way cuts off maybe 5 minutes of time, but it's a lot more curvy. And this road, while curvy, it's a little more straight, a little easier to drive on. Well, here we are. Oh my gosh, look at all that wood. Looks like some big trees have fallen on the property. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I got to push the gate because it's, for some reason, it's really there. Swung open. So what I think I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to go up and turn around. And on the left here, we're going to back down that all the way so that we can back toward the house. I didn't want to do this last night in the rain and last night in the dark. It wasn't raining, but so there's some limbs that are overhanging here on the driver's side, and then there's mud and stuff on the passenger side. Now, what's useful is I've got the 360 camera, which is helping me. It shows guidelines both in the bird's eye view above, so it shows me exactly where my wheels are, so I'm not going to go off into the mud. And then the actual rear camera, because there's two displays in front of me right now. The backup camera and the bird's eye. The backup has a center line, which is telling me if I'm centered in the lane. Now I've got a branch coming up here, and I don't want to. I'm going to kind of try to bypass it. I'm hitting it, but who cares? There we go. It's not a big deal. And okay, we've got a straight shot back. Let's try to get us back onto the driveway because we're way over off the driveway. It just makes it easier to leave, and I don't have to try to do a three-point turn. All right, so there's another vehicle behind me parked. All right, and there's a pole. You always got to check, make sure there's no limbs overhanging. There's a pole behind me, which is where they put their awning up in the summer. So I'm just going to go slow. Give myself some space with the pole. All right, I'm coming up to the car that's parked behind me. I'm lined up on the parking pad. I think I'm straight enough. All right, I'm going to call it a day. We have arrived safely. Pull the mirrors in. Yeah, we have arrived. Oh. Always good to arrive at your final destination. Safe and sound. We took it easy coming here. Did not drive too fast. And because of that, I'm a little more relaxed. So let me go in, say good morning, and then come back out, and I might do some work, or we'll see. So, all right, I'll check in with you in a bit.